What is up, Boo Boo Gang? So today, we're going to be reacting to top 10 convicts who freaked out after giving a life sentence.
Don't do the time if you can't do the crime. No.
No, it's the other way around,
I'm
Pops.
I'm joking. You know what I'm saying? They know what I'm talking about. I'm joking. Anyway, yeah, man, don't do the crime if you can't do the time, man. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? Because the judge ain't going to have mercy on you. Let's keep it 100 with yourself. Shout out to all the subscribers worldwide, man.
Shout out to all y'all.
You know what I mean?
Beautiful people.
Like, ain't nobody feeling that.
I've seen a lot of comments today like that, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, when they be saying worldwide, you know what I'm saying? They like that.
They say both.
Nah.
They say both.
That beautiful people gotta go.
Everybody, yeah. No, I seen some comments who said I like when Aaliyah says that.
Nah, stop that.
So, shout out to y'all who actively support that.
And the comment, tell me if it's hitting. If it ain't hitting, she gonna stop it. I'm gonna make her stop it.
It's hitting.
No, it ain't. Man, anyway, shout out to everybody in the building, man. I mean, let's get into this video.
Let's go, man.
Because a lot of them ain't beautiful.
Alright, explain this to you.
Hey, how's it going, all you most basic top teners? I'm your host for today, Landon Dallasing, and welcome back to a brand new video. Let me know in the comment section below how long you guys think a life sentence should be. Okay, so there are a lot of criminals who commit horrible crimes and evil crimes. So when it is their time to face verdicts, a lot of these criminals have different intense reactions to their sentencing. So here are the top 10 convicts who freak out after given a life sentence. Starting off this list, number 10, with the mother and daughter's desperate plea. An 18-year-old teenager was sentenced to 20 years in prison after she used a dating app to set up a robbery that resulted in another teenager getting shot. When the judge handed down her sentence, the girl's mother dropped to the floor, crying out of extreme grief. The teenage girl was screaming for her mother and begging the judge to give her a lighter sentence. And oh yeah, I have a video clip of this. Watch. Headbanger comes into number 9. Brandon Spencer is serving a life sentence for opening fire at a Halloween party store, and this took place at the University of Southern California. He was charged with 4 counts of attempted murder, and this is his reaction to his arraignment.
21-year-old Brandon Spencer of Inglewood bangs his head as a judge sentences him to 40 years to life after he was convicted of shooting a rival gang member at a 2012 Halloween party on the USC campus.
Number 8 brings us to 2 females who freak out after receiving a life sentence.
He sentenced to the State Department of Corrections.
I think I see this before.
You will get credit for any of the time that you served.
Yo.
These two
look at the prosecutor. She gonna be sitting right here. She start laughing. Like it's a joke. Watch her. Watch. You see how she like my thing is why would you sit there and laugh like it's a game?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like even though these people is wrong for what they did, but their family is suffering from it. The victims and the people that did the crime, families are suffering. So why would you sit there and laugh? That's how I'm telling y'all. That's how these people that work in the DA office and all that. That's how they really feel. They don't give a damn if you get life sentences.
That's crazy.
Collapsed in court after they were both handed life sentences for the death of a 3-year-old girl. Shortly after the judge read their sentencing, they fell to the floor with emotional outcries and they had to be wheeled out of the courtroom. Okay, moving into number 7, definitely unlucky number 7 for this one. Jaleel Hoskins pleaded guilty to second-degree murder after tampering with evidence after he violently murdered a mother of 5 and dumped her body in a trash dumpster. When the judge ordered him to serve a life sentence without the possibility of parole, he threw the podium towards the judge and he had to be dragged out of the courtroom by the deputies. Take a look at this. with deputies comes into number 6. A 19-year-old received a sentence of life imprisonment after he shot and killed another man in an attempt to rob him. The convicted killer was still hopeful that he would at least get the chance of parole, but when the judge said that parole was out of the question, it sparked an aggressive outburst. You guys won't believe this. Take a look.
That's crazy.
Number 5 takes us to a man threatening to kill the judge. I mean, come on. Is this real life right now? During his trial, Juan Rodriguez was being convicted of murder for stabbing a nurse at a mental health facility. Instead of making any last-minute pleas, he threatens to kill the judge if he didn't let him out of jail, like as if that was going
crazy,
to work.
Listen to me. You don't let me out of here, I'm gonna kill you. I'm a Jew. I'm gonna take your life if you don't let me out of here. Okay? I'm done.
Yeah, that's probably not the smartest thing to say to a judge who literally has your fate in her hands. A 19-year-old man went into an aggressive rage after a jury sentenced him to death for a murder, and this comes into number 4. He began knocking down chairs before he was tackled by dozens of courtroom officers who eventually dragged him out of the courtroom. Take a look at this outburst.
Look at her goddamn, look at that.
What is she ducking for?
Stun gun shocks its way into number 3. Andrew Worth was charged with first-degree murder after he shot and killed a police officer. His bail was set at $1 million. And after the judge sentenced him, this is how he reacted. The officers had to use an electric stun gun to calm him down before they carried him out of the courtroom. Okay, moving on, number 2 brings us to Michael Marin. After he was found guilty of arson and almost facing a life sentence behind bars, he placed his hands over his mouth and swallowed something. A few minutes later, he began gagging and he died in the courtroom. A toxicology report discovered that he had poisoned himself with cyanide after he heard the verdict of his sentencing. This is insane.
To swallow something after the verdict is read, notice as he reaches down and appears to get something from his bag. He then wipes his face, swallows something, and appears to swallow again. About 8 minutes later, Marin starts convulsing and collapses.
A violent man makes its way into number 1. Judge sentenced Marshall Aguana to 40 years in prison.
That's crazy, man. He killed his own. He committed suicide in the freaking goddamn courtroom, man.
But why was he, if he didn't get the life sentence?
Probably couldn't. So some people can't take prison, man. They
He's
like.
gonna kill himself either way.
Yeah, probably. But they should have made sure they checked him before, you know what I'm saying, he came in the courtroom with anything. But damn. That's bad, yo.
That's terrible.
That's bad, yo.
For aggravated assault after he cut his niece with a butcher knife. After he heard the sentencing, he used a thin blade from a safety razor and he slit his own throat in an apparent suicide attempt. He did survive and he'll probably receive more time for sneaking contraband into the courtroom. Well, there you guys have it. That is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys all in
my Lord.
I mean, listen, if you ain't prepared to get a long jail sentence, then don't do the crime, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Because it's real out here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't even picture a judge give me no damn life sentence and be like, yo, you done 25 to life, 40 to life, whatever. That's just crazy.
Life is crazy.
To be off the streets, never to see the streets again. To be locked and confined into the prison system, and they ship you all over the place. Like, if you in like New York or like whatever state you in, they ship you all through New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never stay in one prison. For the rest of your life, you're gonna be locked down. That's crazy, man.
Is to death the same thing as life, right?
Yeah.
Basically.
If they don't give you no possibility of parole, then you in there for life. When you come out is when you die. You'll probably be put into their graveyard, because by the time you get out, all your family members are gonna be dead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If they
that's like a whole life.
If somebody 18 years old get locked up as a teenager and then they get a life sentence,
yeah,
that means that they never coming out of prison until they are dead.
Yeah.
So your mother, your father, your sisters, or your brother, they all gonna be dead. Your aunts, like you know what I'm saying? By the time you gonna be like finished. So I mean, freaking think about that.
That's
never hitting the streets again, man.
Yeah.
That's serious, B.
It is.
Anyway, shout out to all the positive people on planet Earth, man. They're staying positive, staying out of trouble. You know what I mean? They fighting themselves. Because all it takes is one mistake and then you in there forever.
That's right.
Dig?
Shout out to everybody worldwide.
Peace.
Stay out of trouble. Peace out.
You can have anything, just ask. But just know that I'm selfish, and I swear I can't help it.